Is there any value to an abandoned swimming pool that has been drained? Well, we ventured into the desert outside of Desert Hot Springs to find an answer to that question, and it might surprise you. This is the Nude Bowl, so called because this structure was originally part of a nudist resort called Desert Gardens Ranch. Since the late 1970s, this abandoned kidney-shaped swimming pool has attracted skateboarding enthusiasts from around the world.
It's about 12:47 a.m. It's about 93 degrees out. I'm in the middle of the desert trying to find the Nude Bowl. I just went up this dirt road and then I came to this.
There are no paved roads leading to the Nude Bowl, but that's not discouraged any visitors.
Look at this rear end bashing, dude.
I made it up that gnarly trench, but now I gotta go down another one, it looks like. Got the good thing for the four-wheel drive. I don't think you can make it here without four-wheel drive. I'm getting close, I can feel it. All right, just a little bit further, hopefully. Oh yeah, you got the gnarly way, you got the easier way. Okay, I think I found close to the right road. Got the hubcaps locked and loaded. Where the heck does this go? Ah, the old way. Wow. There it is. Sun's just coming up and we made it. The Nude Bowl. All right, good morning. That was a pretty gnarly night. It was super hot, so windy, I thought the truck was gonna blow away with me in it, or at least the top come off. Got up at like 4 in the morning, made it up this gnarly hill with all these ruts in it, put it in four-wheel drive and just pushed on through. Didn't think I was gonna make it. I had to put down the GoPro for a second, but here we are. It was a little gnarly getting up there with my big ass truck, but I ended up doing it. Already got the board ready. If you don't know what this is the legendary Nude Bowl. It's an iconic pool that was originally built by a nudist colony in the 60s. It has been fabled that this was an Al Capone hideout, but turns out I guess that's a myth. People just were able to come up here and be free and be naked and I guess swim in this pool.
Back in the day, like before it had any graffiti in it, it was all white with blue tile. Originally the Nude Bowl was a nudist colony where movie stars would go out and party and stuff. In the early gangster days, I guess Al Capone had a house near Desert Hot Springs. He's the one who kind of opened up the whole town to the sort of party atmosphere. People go out into the middle of nowhere and just party down as hard as they want.
Eventually it became abandoned, and in the late 80s, skateboarders finally discovered it.
For like 30 years.
Yeah, we came out here first time in '86. We'd heard about this place from Eddie Alguera. He'd been coming out here in like in '82, and he'd been telling me about it, like kind of like, just pull out in the desert, it's really good. When he told us about this, I came out here like at least 3 or 4 times trying to find it, just driving in the desert, just like in the hot heat. It's like 110, you're melting, there's no air conditioning. This is like pre-cell phone era, so like you're just in the middle of nowhere with Thomas Guy, like where the hell am I?
Thomas Guy,
trying to, you know what I mean? And getting frustrated, go home empty-handed, you're just like, you're just pissed because you can't find, like, you just know there's paradise is there, there's treasure somewhere. When we did the Santa Cruz video, when we first, you know, they kind of show us running down the hillside. And I'm telling you that day was the first day we actually found the pool.
But how long did it take you up to that point to try to find it? Do you remember? A couple of years or something?
No, we'd been looking for it for like a couple months, two, 3 months. You know what I mean? I mean, I'd been hearing rumors for 2 years.
Right.
But by the time we actually went and tried to actually go, me driving, you know, I came out, like I say, 3 or 4 times with my buddies. And so that time we actually came out and found it, finally, it was like me, Mickey Spidey, and Scott Dietrich and his guys, a film crew, and that was it. It was just us. So that first session we skated on the Santa Cruz video it's the first session we ever skated here. And a lot of people don't know that they think we'd already been skating it, and you know, but that was the day. Like, you know, we're doing inverts, doing airs. We just started coming out here on a regular basis, where we'd come out here with my crew all the time. And like I say, I don't want to like sound egotistical, but I will say, like, my crew were the guys who put this place on the map for sure. Like, it was us coming out here for months, and we kind of try to keep a secret as much as possible.
Of course, skaters came out here and they would party and they would shoot guns and they would shred, camp all night, and the parties just started getting more and more ridiculous. There started to be a lot of violence. and then people were getting hurt. There was a lot of just a lot of negative stuff that happened to the point where police ended up having to come in and shut it down. And from what I understand, they ended up filling up the whole pool and burying it under dirt. And then eventually skaters dug it up, and then they went right back into skating, camping, partying.
Eddie Elguera was one of the first people that found it, and he stumbled upon it through a guy that was motocrossing up there or shooting guns up there or something like that. Up on top of a hill in the middle of the desert in Palm Springs with like a view all around, you know, of just full mountain, desert, cactus, rocks, snakes, scorpions. When they were first skating there, the whole buildings and everything were all intact, and there was all kinds of, you know, like ovens and wash machines and everything that still pretty much worked, and you could go and skate the pool. One time someone drove a car into it and just left the car in there. People eventually broke the car into pieces and got a truck and dragged it out up the shallow end stairs. People came and just dumped a whole bunch of stuff in there, but of course people came and cleaned it out.
Well, the cops would come up for parties, you know, and shut it down here and there when the parties got too raging. But that first blowout was from
some big, giant dude. He's like some promoter he's like in a band, and
I forget that guy's name, some fat pig. He thinks he's a rock star.
And he decided he wanted to have a show out at the Nude Bowl.
But the thing is, he put directions to it out on the internet, flyers. Like, there was flyers everywhere. And all the local skaters were like looking like, why are there directions to the Nude Bowl for a party? You know, that's like sacrilegious. You know, you don't blow that up.
Well, we called him up and we said, hey, you know, it's not really cool. You're gonna blow it. Someone's gonna get killed out there. The pool's gonna end up buried. And you can't have that many people there without a fight or without the cops coming and freaking. But the guy kept saying, no, it's a mellow thing. I talked to the cops. It's cool. It'll work out. And you know, there's no way that it would.
Some guy got stabbed, or like 2 people got stabbed or something like that.
When this happened, though, the bands were playing up on the upper deck, and there was like 4 people skating the pool. Everybody else was like dancing around and like slam dancing and you know, partying. There was a bunch of local kids from the desert and stuff like that. And while these guys are partying, some dude just freaked out and started stabbing people with a pocket knife. The guy who got stabbed in the heart almost died. He had to have some stuff done to him in the save his life.
The police had to deal with it, and they were like, oh, there's people getting stabbed up there now. Well, this is out of hand.
Sure enough, a bunch of idiots blew it for everybody, and the police ended up filling the whole pool up with dirt.
And then the ruler got together with Blue Torch.
We let it sit for an entire year. And, you know, after a year, for my next birthday, we were going to dig it out. We ended up hooking with Blue Torch, and I told them my idea to dig it out, and they said that if we gave them exclusive film rights, they'd pay for the whole deal. So I said that'd be cool as long as they didn't release the TV show until after the pool was bulldozed again, because we figured if we dug it out, it was going to probably get bulldozed again. 28 hours straight digging out the pool. Filled all the holes in, got it all perfect, put new coping on and filled cement in for tile. Then we painted the entire pool. We put the death box back in it right where it used to be. And then we just broke out in session, and we got to ride it for about maybe a month, maybe even 2 months actually. We got to ride it for a little while, and it was better than it had ever been. Hardly anybody's going there. There wasn't any big parties. Some people just couldn't handle the freedom and couldn't handle their own egos, and they had to act like they were tough by starting fights and guns. And so, I mean, there was times when the whole pool, like the whole area all around it, caught on fire for like 20 miles around the whole area. I mean, it was amazing the place didn't get bulldozed before.
The cops had to come out again, and then they were just sick of it, you know?
The pool was still cool for a little while, but then all of a sudden it was buried again. And when they buried it this time, they broke in the walls. They kind of caved them in a little bit.
During the 90s, the parties surrounding the Nude Bowl were constant. This led to occasional violence. Some complaints about guns and fighting led to police filling the pool with dirt. Soon after, the skateboarders removed the dirt and repaired the pool. A few months later, the police returned, broke up the concrete, and buried it again and again. The skateboarders returned, removed the dirt, and repaired the bowl. The Nude Bowl has become such an iconic part of the skate culture that has been replicated at the Palm Springs skate park.
It got so bad that the police had to come in and shut it down again and bury it once again, and it was buried for years and years and years until about 2014. A guy named Jeremiah and his homie, they came up here and they dug it out with bulldozers apparently at night.
Here we are, Spaceship Earth, Nude Bowl 2015, the resurrection of radness. A cross-section of skating's finest are here out in the desert on this beautiful February day, getting it done. We're stoked.
That's right, it was back again in 2015 and has been there since. All the modern skateboarders have skated it, and it has been pretty shredded. The first time I went was in 2019 with Mark Foss from Heroin Skateboards. These are a couple of the tricks that I did. Got to skate the flat part a bit, went for this ollie, and then went for this ollie, which I actually surprised myself now. I just absolutely love this spot and the adventure that it takes to get to the spot. I've went there a couple times since then, landed a couple tricks. It's actually a bit harder than it seems. Well, especially for me, I don't skate too many pools, or at least I didn't grow up skating pools. I went back again in 2020, and here is some of the footage from that trip. It was a little bit easier to get up to then, and things still weren't quite as eroded. Something tells me that the Nude Bowl is on its last leg and may not be back around for much longer. This was during COVID, and it was the perfect time to go there. As you could see, I'm wearing a mask. Well, maybe I was wearing it to keep the dust out, but at that time, you know how it was. We all had to keep masks around with us. This is a couple tricks I was doing while waiting for the homies to show up, John Worthington and Dave Swift and Peacock, who eventually show up and we do some tricks. It's interesting to skate the Nude Bowl in the era of Instagram. I'm pretty sure I posted these clips to Instagram, and I was not able to get that rock out without the homies. And there's John Worthington. He did a bunch of tricks this trip, but I didn't really catch all of them because I wasn't super on my phone savvy at this point. But obviously look at him shredding it. This guy always destroys everything. One of my favorites, and obviously probably one of yours. And if you don't know about him, he will be. This is Jake Wooten skating my tailgate. I backed my little Toyota Tacoma up, and boy, was that one of the scariest things I've ever done, because that thing would stick and it could have rolled into the bowl. I really miss that truck. And here is another angle from Peacock. I just absolutely love the concept of this bowl because it's like a skater off-grid paradise out here. And yeah, I've been here a couple times. Every time I come here, it's become more and more eroded. I think most of the pool has been refabricated by skate. I'm lucky enough to get here and it's not too filled up, so I'm gonna try to shred it. I'm gonna try and shred for breakfast, and then I'm gonna actually eat a little breakfast and try and get out of here before the sun gets too high in the sky to where I'm gonna be dying. Today they say there's gonna be an excessive heat warning, so I gotta get out of here in like at least the next hour or two. If you come up top, there's a foundation up there that has a couple other things to skate. We'll check out. Oh, look at that off-grid stair set. So I'm gonna grab my board. There's glass. Why do they always gotta throw the glass in here? All right, I'll get my broom. I gotta get all this glass out of here. It's already heating up pretty quick. Oh, there's bees on me. Get away. Why won't this bee leave me alone? Is there a beehive in there? So yeah, it's crazy to think that nudists used to swim in here out on the top of this mountain. This bee will not leave me alone. I gotta get a couple grinds and get out of here. I fell and hit my head a couple years back in a pool in the deep end doing a frontside air, or at least that's what I was told because I don't really remember. But you got to keep in mind it's really scary being out in the middle of nowhere skating something like this, because if something were to happen to me, I'm pretty much screwed and no one would know, and no one could possibly even get to me fast enough. Dude. All right, I gotta shut that camera. Come on, you can do it. Whoo! Ow! Shouldn't have went for it again. Ouch. 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 Ah. Yeah, I got greedy. Shouldn't have went for it again. Now I gotta. Ow! I think that's a done session for me. I gotta get cleaned up. Whew. Holy shit. Damn, that slam sucked. Little cut there. Some cuts there. Ouch. Fuck! Ouch! Oh, I got too greedy. Ow, I got too greedy. I should have stopped. I already landed it. I already missed it and then landed again. Now I got crucifixion hands. It's all right. Happens to the best of us. Luckily, I have all the stuff I need and it wasn't any worse. Ah! Ah! It's actually fairly deep. Spraying it with some hydrogen peroxide. Get it nice and cleaned up. Yeah, that's a wrap for me. Ouch. Whoo! God, this is a survival situation here. I could have went down. Oh. Hopefully this is recording. That would be the kicker. Oh. Oh, fuck. Well, that could have been way worse. I brought a little coffee that I made. A little bit of oat milk. So yeah, that's the episode on the Nude Bowl. Pretty sick spot. I definitely got a little carried away. I could have gotten really hurt right there, and being out here by myself, like, I don't know what I would do. I got the sliced hand. It's all right, it'll heal. Oh. So, yeah, it's one of my favorite pools of all time. This is the best. If I'm lucky, I can get out of here before the heat comes in. It's already so hot. I'd say it's probably close to 90, 98. It might even be 100 already. Nothing like throwing your body across a bunch of gravel and glass first thing in the morning by yourself. I wanted to try to get the cake, but it's already too hot. Well, that was fun. That was definitely quite an experience. It's, what time is it? It's 7:30 in the morning, so that was like a good 2-hour session by myself. Got my hand all bandaged up. Yep. It's already getting pretty hot out. Time to move on to the next spot. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.